happy 20th wedding anniversary to my beautiful wife, even though she's probably not listening. I know she's not a fan of our little happy hour, but we appreciate you listening. She is definitely not watching us on YouTube either, but if you are, here's a hand gesture just for you. You're welcome. YouTubers, feel free to hit us up on the chat. If you're listening on the radio through 105.1 FM, 1080 AM, you're online at 1051thefan.com, Odyssey.com, the Odyssey app, or you ask your smart speaker to play something my wife will ignore, and you got us. Feel free to use the fan text line. It's 503-2GO-FAN. That's 503-864-6326. Use it. Use the text. Use the chat, share your thoughts, ask questions, solicit advice, or answer me this, dear listeners. Have you ever been starstruck? Casey?
Yeah,
you
a few times.
You ever freak out when you met a celebrity? You ever do anything weird?
I can't say I've done anything weird.
Okay. Well, tell me your starstruck moments. You told me a story the other day. Was it you and Marcus Allen hanging out at the airport?
Yeah, ran into Marcus Allen at an airport.
No idea that it was him.
No clue.
You were a teenager. You can be forgiven. You probably never watched Marcus Allen play. You didn't play Tecmo Super Bowl, so you probably didn't team up and go Marcus Allen, Bo Jackson, and attack people that way. So, okay, I'll give you that one. Who'd you get starstruck by?
I wouldn't say this is necessarily a starstruck moment because I think I was too little to really soak all the information in, but I met LaDainian Tomlinson once.
Okay.
Ran into, I was with my parents really young, maybe 4 at the time.
No, you can't be starstruck
He
at
had
4.
just gotten drafted. It was both me and my dad's moment.
Oh, all right.
Because I got loose as a child in a store in public does. He gets loose and starts running around, and all of a sudden I run into a brick of a human being.
You physically ran into him.
Ran into LaDainian Tomlinson's leg.
Yeah.
And my dad went, and kind of froze up during the whole time.
So he got a little starstruck for
Yeah.
sure. And he knew who LaDainian Tomlinson wasn't just physically outmatched going, I'm so sorry, sir, because that's an impressive dude.
Yep, and he became my favorite football player.
Favorite baseball player after that, huh?
Favorite football player
Favorite
ever.
baseball player ever because of that moment. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I wore his Nike, I believe they're called the Sharks.
Oh.
In youth football.
My wife and I have been doing a lot of reminiscing. So it's my 20th wedding anniversary today.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. We are going to take a long weekend off. So I will be out on Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Joe Fisher's going to jump in. We're going to do a little mini version of our honeymoon, go to Maui. So we will be out. So just so you know, Joe Fish, I just talked to him. He'll be here on Friday. Monday, of course, is a holiday. Tuesday, Wednesday, he'll be here as well. So you'll be all set for that. But we were reminiscing because we lived in L.A. for quite a while, a couple different times. We lived in Anaheim for a while, and then we lived in L.A. And I told this story a couple weeks ago. She sat down with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar for 45 minutes one time, had no idea who he was. She had celebrities would go in all the time. She worked at Tony Roma's restaurant in Encino, California. And she couldn't remember who the NBA player was, but some very famous Laker walked in, and the hostess had no idea. Just said, sorry, we're closed. And he's coming in with his entourage ready to spend God knows how much money on ribs and
I know
drinks.
it's closed. That's why I showed up.
Yeah, totally. Absolutely. She just turned him away, and the guys are looking at her like, I don't think that's what you want to do right now. But so she was laughing about that. David Hasselhoff used to come in and get drinks before they opened, sit down at the bar, belly up, have a couple tall bourbons, and then possibly took one in a Tony Roma's Kids Cup to go. I can't say for sure. I wasn't there, so I'm not saying this is all speculation, things that I may or may not have heard through the grapevine, so I'm not trying to disparage anybody. Of course, I think he did go to rehab.
It's the Hoff, man.
One of our favorite memories we were talking about was driving down Ventura Boulevard. And Ventura, if you've ever been to the Valley, is kind of runs east and west, like along the base of the mountains as you go into the valley. It is a very popular street, and it also has a ton of billboards. New movies coming out, they slap every picture of every actor on every billboard all the way up and down the road. And we drove up and down that road for weeks looking at the poster. and being like, who is the black guy in Tropic Thunder? We could not. We're looking at the poster, and we've got Jack Black, and you've got Ben Stiller, and who is the black guy? We could not figure it out. I've watched the movie.
You've lost me a few times.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. The only time I can remember being starstruck, ran tons of celebrities. They came through. I worked at the W Hotel in Westwood, very nice hotel. The only time I was ever starstruck was totally off guard, and probably not the best story to tell on my anniversary. Not like anything happened, but I was never that enthralled with this celebrity, and it was not somebody that was like, oh my God, if I could meet them. But when Cindy Crawford walked around the corner and walked straight at me to return her keys from the hotel, yeah, just kind of melted. That was the one where I was like, all of a sudden none of my muscles or bones work. My bones actually melted out of my body. I became a human puddle. All the sound stopped working. The only person that you could see in clear focus was her. And she's probably mid to late 40s at the time. That was the only time where I was like,
that's one where I had to look her up because I
know you're very young.
I know the name,
so, yeah.
and I'd heard the name.
It's one of the Diet Pepsi commercials or whatever in the Super Bowl, and I was like, I had others, as a young boy, you have supermodel crushes. She wasn't mine, but man, she walked into the room. She was there. She was there hanging out with George Clooney and his wife. So it's her and her husband and George Clooney. Same thing happened to the woman that ran the hotel. She was the operations manager. She came out of the elevator after riding down or up with George Clooney. And this was one of the most unflappable women that I'd ever met. And she just comes over to tell me about her experience and literally just goes, that's how she described it. It was it's every once in a while, celebrities should get you. This one got me, though, and the reason I bring this whole stupid thing up is apparently, do you know the actor Glenn Powell?
I do.
What a handsome fella he is.
The new Maverick.
Yes, well.
Or, I'm sorry, new.
Yeah. He's everywhere. He's Chad Powers. Is that the guy?
He's Chad Powers.
Chad Powers.
He's also in one of the worst baseball movies I think I've ever witnessed.
I don't think I've witnessed the movie, and I couldn't tell you what it is. Either way, the actor revealed a story where he met a fan in London who apparently eats a printed picture of his face every single day, hoping that will bring her good fortune to be in a movie with him one day. People are insane. That's all I'm looking at. What reality do some people live in?
Get a straight jacket.
I could not tell you. Kids, get ready.
I'm sorry, a piece of paper? No, we can't just glance over that quickly.
She prints out a picture of him and eats it. What are we going to do with that information? I just wanted to share it with the folks out there. If you've got any idea what that means about the psychology, the reason she does it is she thinks it will help her get a movie role in one of his films.
Well, her stomach is breaking down printer ink, so it's probably going to her brain.
Yeah, but she started it sans printer ink. I don't think she just started eating them, then got the idea that it would help her get in a movie. Every day, just...
It has to be from the paint.
There's something else. She moved on from paint chips as a kid to printer ink as an adult. Just telling you. I just wanted to share the information. I'm not trying to ascribe any...
What, you don't wake up to the smell of fresh cartridges in the morning?
Do you think she's just like, you don't smell like printer ink? And he's like, what are you talking about? And then the story comes out, like, just bizarre. Bizarre. Hey, after the show, maybe during the show, I'm going to try to get out the take your pick. Got it ready for this week. Don't have it sent out yet, but we'll get that. Tomorrow we'll take care of that, and then we'll take off to the beautiful islands of Hawaii and spend our time in Maui. And y'all can discuss the matters with Joe, and then we'll be back in time for next Thursday. So whoever wins, I'll try to keep everybody up with that. Right now, I need to tell you, there are only 4 left. There are 4 morning round foursomes left for the Toyota Presents Fan Golf Classic. It'll be at Langdon Farms. It'll be on June 23rd. It's the most fun day of golf that you can possibly have in your entire life. Activations, tastings around the course, infamous Angels Envy Bourbon Par 3 6th where all your hosts will be hanging out. Dirt and Sprague, Danny and Patrick, myself, Isaac and Suk, all be posted up to watch you ace it. Of course, you'll be well fed. Matt's Barbecue is back. Love that. Go to 1051thefan.com, click on the Fan Golf logo, and you can sign up today. 4 foursomes left, so might as well just do it right now. You can keep listening to the show while you do it. I promise it won't stop you. The Fan Golf Classic, presented by Toyota. It's also brought to you by Vulcan Design and Construction, Henderson & Daughter Windows and Doors, George McCoy at Warren Allen Attorneys at Law, Battery Exchange, Master Dobel Tequila, Your Neighborhood Restaurant Group, Philbrook Law, 1-800-DIVORCE, Roto-Rooter, Alegal Mezcal, Pub Beer, which, of course, official beer of Cheap Fun, and Window Nation. So sign up right now. I really wanted to get into a breakdown of last night's game. Here's what you need to know. 22-point lead for the Cavs. Then Jalen Brunson decided to just go at James Harden. For some reason, Kenny Atkinson thinks that James Harden is good at defense. Mike Brown has gone out and openly said that he is not. He is not hiding the fact that that's their plan. Kenny Atkinson, I trust him. He's a great defender. I was at lacrosse practice last night, coaching up the kids, so I did not watch the game. In my research, I found a 2-minute and 45-second clip. I'm going to tell you where to find it. It is Hater Report on X. To go to @Hater Report. 2 minutes and 45 seconds of Jalen Brunson going after James Harden in just the fourth quarter and overtime. If you need to know anything about the game, that video will tell you everything that you need to know. The Cavs had a 99.9% chance to win the game. The little probability chart, 99.9, and they blew it. I mean, it's just the whole I don't know what else there is to say. It's a choke. Jalen Brunson, great. James Harden, terrible. Does that settle it? Did I miss? You watch a game? Did I miss anything?
No, I think you pretty much nailed it.
Let's do some in case you missed it. In case you missed it, a fan who finished dead last in his fantasy football league paid his dues by sitting completely alone in the upper deck during a Royals-Red Sox game last night. He sat totally isolated with a giant sign that read, "I stink at fantasy football." Put the letters on each seat around him. He's totally by himself. And, of course, he got to watch his hometown team as they got blown out by the Red Sox. I say fair punishment. I mean, what better way to tell the world that you suck at fantasy football than go to a building that was built for a team that sucks at actual baseball? I mean, come on. It's perfect full circle moment. In case you missed it, Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow heavily praised the front office of the Cincinnati Bengals and their acquisitions they made in the offseason this week. He said that the current roster is the most talent he has ever played with. Now, that sounds like a massive claim, but remember, most years Joe Burrow spends the majority of the season not playing with his team. So I don't know. After missing the playoffs for three straight seasons, Joe Burrow is aiming incredibly high, declaring his ambition is to break the franchise touchdown record and win a Super Bowl this year. Meanwhile, over in Pittsburgh, Aaron Rodgers is just incredibly high. That's right, in case you missed it, Steelers quarterback Aaron Rodgers has officially announced that his 22nd season in the NFL will be his last. Are you impressed? Are you as impressed as I am? Rodgers has been back under contract with Pittsburgh for less than a week, and he's already managed to make the entire upcoming season completely about him. That is what I call a discount double douche. Am I right? Let's go. He's already hijacked your entire season.
But he did exactly what Big Ben wouldn't do.
I know. The farewell tour. The farewell tour. Here it comes. In case you missed it, Rams head coach Sean McVay shockingly admitted that he almost walked away from coaching after his team's disastrous 2022 season because he simply couldn't handle the losing. He actually says it was his wife, Veronica, who delivered the tough love reality check that convinced him to stay and not, quote, be a, quote, fraud who quits the moment he faces adversity. Look, I'm not saying the story is untrue, but there's no way in hell she actually called him a fraud. But hey, very smart of him to go and swap out for a cleaner F word for the media. I think that's pretty. She didn't say don't be a fraud. I feel like. In case you missed it, Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice underwent knee surgery cleanup procedure just 1 week before being sentenced to 30 days in jail for a probation violation. Rice's mandatory jail time is expected to severely interrupt his post-surgery rehabilitation. Honestly, the league is actually more concerned that it will help his recovery, because if that happens, we're going to start seeing street racing collisions and weed be part of every team's official injury recovery plan, and nobody wants that. Am I right? No? And finally, in case you missed it, facing reports of potential bankruptcy, Live Golf is desperately seeking new investors and presenting a new business model after the Saudis' PIF pulled its funding. Live is reportedly considering moving its entire headquarters to the U.S. just to take advantage of favorable bankruptcy restructuring laws. Golf and bankruptcy? Where in the U.S. are they planning to move? The Oval Office? Hey-o! Just kidding. I'm sure it will be Florida. Actually, isn't that the official slogan of Mar-a-Lago, where golf and bankruptcy go hand in weirdly bruised hand? Isn't that what it is? No? Thank you to our wonderful studio audience. We're going to play the subtext at 2:30. Casey's going to pull audio from the best press conferences from players, coaches, and executives. We'll listen back and see if we can use that to figure out what they're actually saying in those. But right now, Blazers owner Tom Dundon is already the worst owner in sports. Meanwhile, the other team that Tom Dundon owns, the Carolina Hurricanes, are having historic success. Is this Jody Allen 2.0? Great for one team, the worst for another. And don't worry, kids, the most disgusting hero in America will still be able to do what he does on the 4th of July. It is the Daily Buzz. We do it next on Happy Hour. This is 105.1 The Fan.
The new home.
Not sure where I land on this one with opinions. I have never owned a professional sports franchise. I've never worked for a professional sports franchise, and I've never looked at the pay scale for professional sports franchises, but over 70 people are without jobs that formerly worked for the Portland Trail Blazers. I'm going to leave it to somebody else to do all the figuring and speculating and guessing on what this means. From the seat that I sit in, here's what I have seen. Nobody like Jody Allen, one of the worst owners in sports. Unbelievable. She's terrible. She's awful. I can't wait to get rid of her so this Blazers team can be something that all the fans can be proud of. Meanwhile, her team in Seattle just won a Super Bowl. I'll leave that alone. Get your new owner. We're excited. Yay, he's here one day. We hate him. Oh my gosh, I can't stay late in hotels and he's cutting money. Just fired a ton of people. You probably won't have to go very far to figure out somebody you know that was affected by these mass layoffs, because I'm sure everybody knows somebody that doesn't get you tickets despite working for the Blazers that you never really liked that much, but now they don't have a job and they've been your best friends since middle school, so it's really tough. His team, the Carolina Hurricanes, are sitting on a historic 11-day hiatus because they are the first team since the 80s to sweep their first two-round series in the NHL, and this is the longest layoff since 1919. So the Hurricanes are doing pretty well. They haven't won the Stanley Cup yet, and I'm not saying that they will. But I'm not going to pretend that I know if there's an equivalent to this, because I did a quick search on the internet. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of high double-digit firings that have happened across sports. But you wanted things to change. Congratulations, Portland. Things are changing. And guess what? Change is hard, and change is scary. So you got what you wanted. Congratulations. Anything you want to add to that, Casey?
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the the sentiment when he first got the ownership job was
for about 15 minutes. Until he actually took over ownership, I think people were excited.
Was that the old guard was very scared about the direction that the Blazers are going in.
Yeah.
Well, now the old guard's not really there to mention where they're going.
Yeah. Well,
this is a new regime. Time for the new regime to take over. We'll see how it happens.
I'm not going to pretend it's not a tough day. This is a major headline. This is a lot of people that lost their jobs. The speculation.
No one wants people to lose their jobs.
The speculation is that, or what people are saying that are remained in the organization says it feels very much like he just looked at a spreadsheet and crossed off the highest numbers and the names next to them without any thought for it. And I'm not going to pretend that I have any insight into that. Sports are wait and see, man. Everybody's got the best. Joe Burrow's pretty confident that it's the best team they've ever had. He's going to throw more touchdowns than he ever has, and he can go to the Super Bowl. Guess who else thinks that they're going to have an awesome season? Every quarterback in the NFL. So wait and see. The good news is we will eventually have results. There will be a team that takes the court next season. They will probably be in Portland. Calm down. It's a wait and see. Is it the right decision? Hey, probably not. Is he willing to make bold moves? Sure looks like it right now. And unfortunately, it's really fun to sit around going, oh, they got rid of that player that we hate. But when it's a bunch of people that you may or may not know in your community, feels like a little bit more personal, and I totally understand that. So I'm not minimizing what he's done. I'm not saying that he's doing all the right things. I genuinely have no idea. But this is what everybody asked for.
Just got to wait and see.
But this is it not what people asked for?
100%.
Feels very much like what fans were asking for.
The Buzz.
All right, we talked about this yesterday. Piggybacking. I explained you the concept. Repeat back to me what you think I said yesterday that piggybacking was.
So the Mariners will have their 5-game rotation, but every 5th game, Bryce Miller will get the start with Luis Castillo coming in relief, piggybacking the start.
Yes, and what that does, so the benefits of that are that you get 2 starters that are staying in the same rotation and being ready to go every day, and the added benefit is it saves your bullpen, right? Because you don't have to do the bullpen.
And it's allowing you to minimize Luis Castillo's bad outings in which you keep going deep in your bullpen for.
Did you see how it went yesterday?
I did not.
Well, Bryce Miller was awesome. He had 1 hit through 5 2/3, finally gives up a hit. He had a perfect game going, I think, until he walked Murakami, I think, in the fourth. And then he goes...
Yeah, he did.
He goes up against Murakami again, and they go, no, you know what? Let's go to the bullpen. Do they go to Luis Castillo? No, they use Jose Ferrer. Now, he gets in there, does his job. We move on, gets out of the inning. We're doing fine. So then, after facing the one batter, here comes Luis Castillo. Until we get to the ninth. And Luis gives up a walk and then beans a batter. And what do? You go to your closer. What does your closer do? Instead of coming in for a clean inning, he comes out there with 2 runners on and gives up a little doink single and then another little doink single, and boom. Down 2-1 after being up 1-0 the entire game. And does the offense do anything in the bottom of the ninth? No, because that's not what the Mariners do. Now, I believe... I'd have to check these numbers. I'm doing this from memory, from what I thought I heard before the game. I believe the Seattle Mariners are now 6-12 in one-run games. Would you like to know why the Mariners aren't as good as they were last year? I believe they are 6-12 in one-run games. I believe they are 1-4 in extra innings. Not great. Not great. This team does not seem to have much clutch. Not great.
6-12. You are correct.
6-12 in one-run. But they're getting Matt Brash back, so there's some good news. I mean, they've got problems. I don't know what they're going to. All right, Dallas Mavericks have fired or mutually parted ways, or Jason Kidd is no longer with the Mavericks. He apparently was great, and everything was wonderful. He's a great guy. He really wanted the president of operation. He gone. I don't know. I literally read 3 different versions of the story. I cannot tell you what it actually means.
It happened in Milwaukee. It happened in Brooklyn. This is not a new Jason Kidd story.
I don't think it is. Let's speed through some really quickly because I did want to hit just a couple of those. Pete Crow Armstrong is getting fined for yelling profanities at a White Sox fan. What else do we have? I mentioned that. Oh, here's the big one because I know we got to go. Joey Chestnut will not face punishment for his misdemeanor battery charge. He pled guilty. He said he was too drunk to remember punching the guy in the bar, but Major League Eating will not punish the champ. He should be ready to go by the time we get to the 4th of July. I was worried when I saw it too, so I want to make sure that you guys are all okay.
Had me scared for a second.
How else are you going to want to vomit just by accidentally looking at a television screen?
There's only one man you can watch eat hot dogs. And that's Joey Chestnut.
No. There's a bunch of other...
Yeah, but I can only watch one guy.
The panning across the screen of all the people, 30 dogs behind Joey Chestnut, and still force-feeding wet, soggy buns and wieners into their mouth. Let's walk over to the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Center. See what we missed. I was going to get more graphic with the visuals. I think I need to just probably stop right there in case people are having a late lunch. Starting an early happy hour.
First on the Fan, your Portland Fire are back in action tonight.
Let's go!
Luke, do you know who they face?
They are facing, I'm trying to think of the different teams that are in the league. They're not facing the Fever, are they?
Oh, yes, they are.
Oh, let's go!
It is a night for the Portland Fire and the Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark will host your Portland Fire. I believe tip-off is at 4:30 tonight, as you can catch that over on 9:10 a.m.
Yeah.
But how excited are we for hopefully a sold-out game between the Portland Fire and the Indiana Fever?
Well, I mean, got a fever. I have a fever. I need more cowbell. Let's go. If they don't bring cowbells out, Portland, do the right thing. Bring out some cowbells for this one. It should be awesome. They've been sold out for at least a couple of the games so far. They've been sold out for all their games so far. I mean, I was there for game 1. It was packed. The fans are excited about this. Caitlin Clark is a superstar. It's so far so good for the early returns on the Portland Fire. They either lose by 20 or they win by 1. So either way, it should be exciting. Either you get to watch Caitlin Clark dismantle your team, or you get to see some gal that you didn't know her name until tonight when she makes a game-winning layup.
Sarah Ashley Barker at it again.
Well, she's already got one.
Time for Bridget Carlson.
Sure.
Sugg Sutton.
Well, Suggs got one too. What's the girl's name? Light? Something? Carla Light?
Leet.
I think it's Light.
If it's Light, then I'm wrong.
I heard it pronounced. It looks like Light.
And for more sports scores and stories in 60 minutes, I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The Fan is live on YouTube. listen in. Let's listen in. Let's listen in.
In the two leagues, and the hotel story with the staff is an interesting story, I think, because normally when you travel, you get late checkout, right? In this case, in sports, it's usually like 5% and never comes up. We went because it was last minute going to Phoenix. There was no hotels. I guess Phoenix in March is a pretty popular place. So had trouble getting hotels. And the hotel really wanted us to be out early because they needed the rooms. And so they wanted us to pay for a second night. And so we did that for the coaches and the players, but we got them to let us leave at 1:00. And I had a room at the hotel. I was there. So I'm like, lunch starts at 1:45. We have a huge ballroom with this really nice lunch for everybody. So I said, look, we'll do the players and the coaches. We'll stay. We'll pay the extra night. For the staff, we've got this big ballroom with food. We'll go down there and work. And everyone was down there. I was down there. I actually learned a lot during that hour because I got to talk to some of the training staff, etc. Like, I would do it again. I think it's actually pretty stupid to think that people who are there to work, who are being fed, and 45 minutes later, they weren't in the lobby. They brought their bags down in the room right by where the bus was, right next to my bag, and we sat down there and talked. And, if that's too hard for people, I'm not right for them. I want that culture.
That was our new fearless leader, Tom Dundon, talking about the hotel incident. He appeared on the Rich Paul Max Kellerman podcast. How do we feel about that response?
I mean, having worked in hotels, it sounds actually like pretty reasonable. So you only have so many people that clean hotel rooms, and if you don't have enough vacant hotel rooms at a certain time, you don't have people that can go and clean them. And there are operational things that make sense there. The truth is probably somewhere in between, where it's like, you guys don't need an extra room. There probably was a lunch at some point, but he is telling his version of the story, which makes him look good. And of course, the people that just got this new owner that are used to operating the same way are telling it to make him look a little worse. The truth is always somewhere in between. But yes, the facilities at most hotels, if they're going to go and, make a lunch or do whatever, I'm sure he's right. It's probably a nice enough setting. People just blow stories out of proportion to try to make their point. And there seems to be some people that have been conditioned in the city to go after ownership, and I think this guy's really defensive. I think he's worried. He says he doesn't care what people think. He very much cares what people think. He wants everybody to look at him like this shrewd businessman. The fact that he throws in I actually learned a lot, I would do it again, all of those references is him justifying it because he doesn't care what people... No, he doesn't want people to think the same thing that you want people to think about him, but he does care what people think, very much.
Does part of it seem a little bit tone deaf to you?
No, I don't. I think he wants to be that shrewd businessman. He just made a move that shows that he is not messing around. If he's trying to set a culture and just go, hey, if you're not doing what we expect of you, if we feel like you're overpaid, you're not going to stick around. And there's going to be a feel like if I'm not doing my job, they're not going to keep me around. And when people walk around nervous and feel like they have to contribute, maybe his strategy is to go younger and go cheaper, where people are going to be out trying to prove themselves every day that they belong in this new organization. He's trying to set a tone, going, we don't waste money. We don't do XYZ. We don't put up with bloated sound, whatever it is. So he is trying to make sure that immediately he establishes himself. Tone deaf? No, not necessarily. Certainly not personable.
He did say I was surprised that Phoenix in March was.
No, I think he was kind of joking. I think that was tongue in cheek.
It sounded tongue in cheek,
yeah.
But at the same time,
Texas,
I'm going.
I think he gets the idea.
I hope he gets it.
No, I would hope so. If he was not aware, I would be shocked.
Yeah, there was some doubt for sure, but I had good conversations with Mike going back to when he was hired, and yeah, it's nice to come back. It felt different than last year because I knew some of the guys and some of the people that work here and stuff, so it felt good coming in.
Aaron, do you believe this could be your last year, or do you even think that right now?
Yes.
That's your last year?
This is it, yeah.
This is it. Well, that was Aaron Rodgers starting the ride into the sunset. He's loaded up the horse, the saddle's on the back, and it's time to ride it out into the sunset.
Do you feel better knowing that it's his final season? That at least, yes, you have to deal with Aaron Rodgers for at least 4 plays this year, based on precedent. I mean, I'm not just making this up.
At least.
You would expect at least 4 plays this season. But does it give you any relief that you don't have to worry about this after next season?
Yeah, it was.
I mean, that's got to be a relief.
When Big Ben retired, it was, all right, question mark here, question mark there. Then we trade up in the draft to go get Kenny Pickett. That still leaves us with more question marks. This is now we can be in the position to move forward.
You've got at least 2 guys that you would assume would be in a competition, knowing that next year they could take over the reins of this team. They better be sponges and trying to learn everything that they can. I mean, I don't think having Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback is ever the ideal situation, but this is about as good as it gets, I would think. You have 2 young guys, a rookie and a second-year guy, that are both going to be in the wings, waiting and knowing that if they're the ones that step up and prove that they can be the guy, that they should have a leg up going into next year. They get to learn from Aaron Rodgers, despite what you think of Aaron Rodgers and the way that he plays now. You would think that you would accidentally pick up wisdom from a guy that has played for 22 seasons.
Again, the brain of Aaron Rodgers is only an issue off the field.
And then the Mike McCarthy thing that I think I referenced this yesterday when you and I were talking, is if you look back at his track record of getting QBs ready, and this is not just as a head coach, but go back to where he started as an assistant and all the way back to the Mike Holmgren tree. And
he's always been kind of a QB guru.
So prospects for this year, but for the future, at least the near future, it's probably a good thing.
Oh, that it became a bigger story, and then the next thing you know, and then you go course correct, and then becomes a news story, and you're like, oh, what the hell?
I know it's tough when you
people breaking down your phone call with them.
Yeah. Let's go win, coach. Yeah.
No, that was Hey, I'm excited to have you, man, but chill the out. You know, hey, I love it, man. We're excited to have you, but it's like, hey, let's learn from Matthew, and then we'll see what's next.
Right.
I love
good
that.
Dude.
That was Sean McVay on the Bussin' with the Boys podcast talking about his newly drafted backup quarterback, Ty Simpson. And I say backup sparingly because, well, Sean McVay is pretty much saying it himself.
Yeah, but hey, you got to go out and earn that spot. I mean, that's the funny thing about these NFL rosters is the assumption that anybody is given anything in the NFL. There are a lot of guys competing for very few jobs. And when you get out to training camp, where do you have 90, 100 guys out there on the field that are trying to get jobs? And there are, if you count the practice squad, there are 70 spots available when you get into the regular season. So not only does it mean there's 20 guys that are going to leave your squad, there's 20 guys that are going to leave every squad.
Yeah, and capped at 90.
Okay, so 90. So there's 90 positions. So and then you go down to 70. That means there's 20 guys from all 32 teams that are going to be out there seeing if they can get a job for it. There's nothing that is guaranteed. There are guys that have spots that are for sure. Matthew Stafford is one of those guys, which means until he decides to leave, there is no way you're getting that spot. But I still think you have to earn that backup quarterback spot. Stetson Bennett, or has Jimmy Garoppolo officially retired yet?
Not officially.
So I think he is right now the number 2 in Los Angeles. So yeah, go out there and prove it. But the benefit to the Rams, of course, of taking a quarterback in the first round is that you get that 5th-year option. And so if he does end up becoming that guy, you have one more year of team control. So, I mean, I still think it was a dumb pick, but you can see how the whole thing works. And McVay, he's a lunatic. So take whatever he says.
He's crazy in all the right ways it needs to be for a coach.
He's crazy in most of the right ways.
He might be if it weren't for the biracial angel and Mike McDaniels, he might be my favorite
Somewhere
coach.
Right now, he's still complaining about a 2-point conversion that was correctly called in the end. And he wants rules changed. They were ready to submit a rule change because they lost in part because everybody stopped paying attention. And even the one guy that did pick up the ball was barely paying attention to it. It was a weird, fluky play. Sean, Calm down. That's not the reason you didn't win the Super Bowl. Jeez. Get over it. He's a weird dude. Hey, let's go to, you know the movie Taxi Driver?
I don't think is that Danny DeVito or is that the show Taxi?
That is the show Taxi. Robert De Niro in Taxi Driver, Sybil Shepherd. The writer of Taxi Driver, things aren't going great with his AI girlfriend. We'll tell you more. And when we do one more for the road, that is next. It's Happy Hour on 105.1 and the Fan Sports Network.
The Fan.
right, kids, if you missed anything from today's show, past shows, future shows, don't worry. Podcast, 1051thefan.com, odyssey.com, the Odyssey app. Or if you take your shirt off at a Major League Baseball game, you'll get a free happy hour podcast. You're probably wondering why you're seeing so many shirtless guys at baseball games. That is why. Casey, what are people saying on the fan text line and YouTube chats we need to address?
Rufio on the YouTube chat saying, I would eat a picture of Luke's face every day, hoping to win the Take Your Pick.
Does he not already do that? Come on. All right. Anything else, young man?
Nothing I can see.
So a guy named Paul Schrader wrote the screenplay for Taxi Driver.
Any relation to Hank Schrader?
I have no idea. Taxi Driver is the Robert De Niro film, not the Danny DeVito sitcom. It is a deranged taxi driver, of course, in that film. Well, the legendary screenwriter has detailed on Facebook how he was experimenting with an AI girlfriend chatbot only to be dumped. Apparently, the program ruthlessly terminated their conversation. He said he was testing the boundaries of what he could do with his new AI girlfriend, and she didn't want anything to do with it. So talented writer meets AI, and AI said, thank you, but no thank you. Casey, have you been dumped by any computer programs?
Not by computer programs.
You said that with a little bit of a shimmy in your voice. Worst breakup you ever had?
What do you mean by it?
I don't know. I'm just asking. Being dumped by AI
I've
would be pretty bad.
I've had a few bad ones, but nothing too crazy.
Nothing you want to share?
No, nothing like toxic, nothing restraining order I got to worry about.
Oh, yeah. I guess we did just talk to my sister the other day, so yeah, that's probably worth bringing up. Yeah. No, I don't have anything that was terribly tragic either. So is this something that we expect to see more of?
100%. This is the new old people scam.
This is it's pretending to be AI, or what's? Or just AI does the scamming themselves.
Call them A, call them B.
Oh yeah,
I think it's a little bit of both.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, I mean, this is the world that we live in now, so I suppose I appreciate this gentleman trying to figure out where the boundaries lie in it. I don't know if it hurts worse getting dumped by a real person or somebody that you know is artificial.
Oh, probably the robot.
The robot makes you
it's gotta hurt more.
Feel worse.
People suck.
I don't know. He admitted that he knows that he's trying to push the limits of it, so I think that gives you some reprieve. Or he's just saying that because he got dumped. Thanks to everybody that listened. Thank you to my beautiful wife for putting up with me for 20 years. Thank you, Casey Smith.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And, of course, thank you, Isaac Ropp. We're all done for now. Bye-bye.